Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Right, I thought what I'd do is do like a time lapse of each stage as I'm doing this diorama, then just piece them all together so you can see the progression of it. Now what we're looking at now is, this is the actual size of the diorama. It is quite big. Now I've cut two inserts in because I've got to make sort of like two parapets that go back to actually support the bridge. Now I know they're the same size because they're the bits I cut out, but I need to get some sort of proportion for the river water to go through. I shall bring in the half completed Bailey bridge and then we'll put that on there. So I'm trying to get this bit to look like there was something there originally, but now it's gone, i.e. been blown up, taken away, and another bridge of some shape, size or description. So this bit here, hopefully what I can do is raise this up. I've ordered 2,000 little tiny bricks. I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm thinking of actually building these parapets out of these small bricks as they originally were, and then work from there. So that's this little bit. So the next bit you'll probably see it slightly different. Right, I've roughly got the levels that I want. These bits here, I think it's loose at the moment, but I've got me parapets or stanchions or whatever you want to call them. This is to take the bridge. Now hopefully the clips are pretty close together so you can see the difference. I've got quite a large gap underneath there now from side to side. I've sort of like chopped it back, brought my levels up to how I think it should be. So I'm going to get this all stuck together. I'm sticking this together with double-sided tape. That's all I'm using. Everything's going to be polystyrene because I'm going to coat this with a newfangled stuff that I've made myself, and hopefully I can keep it as light as I possibly can, because like I say, it's the weight is going to be the biggest issue on this diorama, not the size. It's going to be the weight, because eventually this has got to go on just a glass shelf, so I don't need two men and a small boy to actually carry it in and move it around. So that's that bit. The next bit I shall have it all together. Oh yes, I nearly forgot to mention, I've got some copper wire there. I'm actually going to put that as a strengthener, like a bit of steel reinforcing. I'm using all my building tech experience now, but I'm going to be cutting that and laying that in there. That will be up on the next bit. You don't want to see me sat there inserting bits of copper wire. It's probably going to take me quite a while, and when I come to put the coating on, you'll probably get the gist of why I've actually used a bit of copper wire to do a bit of reinforcing. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next clip. Right, the eagle-eyed people out there would have noticed that there's no copper wire. It was a little bit too flimsy for my liking, so I had to take a short walk into my young lady's little shed, and I pinched some canes, which is going to be better and make it a lot more stronger. Right, this is all the base work for me is done. Now I've just got to coat it up and tweak and everything else. But these are the parapets. These are, I'm going to build these out of bricks. I've just drawn on it just to illustrate to you that it's going to be brick. pop on the bridge, like so. Now I've done it a little bit lower than I need. The simple reason is on a Bailey bridge they're normally chopped up underneath these feet with oak blocks just to bring them up to level. So I'd like to have some little blocks underneath there just to try and keep it as close to the original thing. 2 roads coming off. I'm unprepared here, per normal. We've got these beams that go in the end and these ramps that come off like so, which all in all I think is going to look pretty good. I'm trying to work around the camera because I've got the camera in the middle of the room virtually, just so I can get that just drop down, but we can get the visual bit. And then along the front here there's going to be a footbridge for troops. See, this wasn't the way I visualised it. I visualised it more being turned towards you, but size of my display cabinet. This is as the depth. This is as far as I can go with the depth, because if not, I'm not going to get it in there. The length I could have gone longer, but I feel the bridge is more the focus point. So I get up behind me. I've got the gun tractor half completed, but I think with a couple of vehicles I might be able to get 3 over there. I want it to be more of vehicles moving. I think it's gonna, it will be there. But I'm straying off the subject. I'm getting the job finished before I'm even completed. But this now is ready. I'm going to cover this, and what I'm going to cover it with is my own concoction, and that's decorator's filler and PVA. I will show you that before I start plastering it all over. But I've done a few experiments. I'll show you. It's very hard. It really is strong. This has been going through the brake test of how much pressure, and it takes a lot to break this stuff now. So this is all going to be coated. PVA, it dries like a plastic. So hopefully the idea is that once it's all coated, once it's all dry, it is going to have a really hard shell on it, and also being it's done with PVA, you can virtually paint on this. I've done everything. I've paint on it, glued things onto it. So this base is a big experiment, but I'm very confident it's all going to work. If it works, it means that this base is going to be really light. It's not going to be heavy and clumsy. Because many moons ago I actually built a diorama base. I know I'm straying off the subject here now, but I did one of I don't know, you may have seen it. It's a clip of a BT7, and it came out of a clearing and it went over a bridge, but the bridge weren't there. All that was there was posts in the water, and this little BT7 came out and it went over it and gone. And it totally fascinated me, and I thought, I want to do that, I want to build that. And I did build it, and cut a long story short, but I got to the point where I didn't really have enough knowledge and expertise, and it ended up a very big diorama, probably the size of this one almost, and it was extremely heavy, and because I made it out of the things that I was used to, and that was wood and clay and stuff like that, and in the end I've wrapped it up in a piece of polythene and I dropped it in the bin. I wish I'd kept it there, because it could have been a sort of like a reminder to me of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But there you go. So on the next clip I don't know what's going to be on the next clip. Probably all covered over and plastered and that. So that will be the next bit.